Hello and welcome. Chelsea won, Arsenal won, and I should probably put the red card on because, after all, it did happen. A red card for Caicedo is the difference maker in this game because, let's be honest, I think everyone, neutrals, Chelsea fans, Arsenal fans, everyone looking at this game will be looking at this game and thinking one thing and one thing only is that if Chelsea had 11 men, I think Chelsea would have won. As Reece just said, reckon we would have won without the red. I genuinely believe that Chelsea would have come away with all 3 points. It's one of those where you can only sort of guess. You can only, speculate on what could have happened in this game. But the fact alone that we got a goal with 10 men, the fact alone that we got the lead, the fact alone that we went 1-0 up against Arsenal in this game would suggest to me that potentially, possibly, and maybe rightfully so, Chelsea could have well and truly come away with the wins here today. There's a lot to talk about. There is a lot to talk about in this game. There's a lot to digest. Before we begin, please do like the video, subscribe, hit the bell notification. We are so close to 16,000 subscribers on the channel. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's 10 o'clock. And respect needs to be given to Enzo Maresca. Listen. I feel like we've been hard done by there. Not necessarily with the red cards. They're debating it right now. Daniel Sturridge, Theo Walcott, debating whether or not the red card should have happened because enough time had gone by without the yellow card. That did he need to bring it back, give the yellow card to take it to VAR? Who knows? Who knows? For me, it's clear as day. It's clear as day. I don't necessarily think that Manchester United are going to win this. They're not home and dry. They are not out of the woods just yet in terms of winning this title. You look at the results they've had. They've lost to Liverpool. They've drawn against Manchester City. They've drawn against Chelsea. They still have to play all three of us again at some point in this game, in this season. They're not home and dry. They are yet to get a result against a big side this season. We look at their results. Let's take a look, shall we? Let's go back to the beginning of this season. They lost to Liverpool. They've drawn to Manchester City. You look at any of their other results. They won 2-1 against Newcastle, and they got a Moreno 84th minute equaliser and a 96th minute winner from Gabriel in that game. It begs the question, are they actually as good as everyone makes them out to be? They didn't have anything in this game. 10 men from, let's be honest, when did we get the red card in this game? It was just before half-time, I think. 38th minute. So for the better part of 50 minutes, maybe even an hour or so, we went 1-0 up against this Arsenal side. The pressure's on them. The pressure is on them. Their record at the moment is good. Don't get it twisted. They are clearly a very, very, how should we say, definitive side in many aspects. A win against Manchester United on the opening game. Calafiori with that. But listen, you look at it. They beat Man United. Man United, it's not the Man United of old. Lost against Liverpool. Drew against Manchester City. Then you look at that. They've beat Newcastle just about. They beat West Ham, Fulham, Crystal Palace, Burnley, drew to Sunderland, beat Tottenham, and then they've drawn against us. These are not outrageous results. I think that people are massively blowing this Arsenal situation out of proportion. I don't think that they are a foregone conclusion that they're going to win. They're 6 points clear of us. I think they're 4 points clear of Manchester City. 5 points, I think, maybe. In the build-up to the new year, they've got Brentford at home. Aston Villa away. Aston Villa picking up a massive result today. They got Wolves, which is a guaranteed win there. Everton. Crystal Palace in the Carabao Cup. Brighton at home. They got Aston Villa again on the final game between them in their 2025 season. They got Bournemouth after Bournemouth have just played us. And then they've got Liverpool again. I don't think this is anywhere near as foregone conclusion as people think it is. I really don't. I really do not think that looking at this side, we were the better side. I'm not making things up in my mind here. They've scored a very good goal against a 10-man side. No, there's no two ways about it. You look at it, Saka goes to the byline, crosses in, cuts in, crosses in. Moreno's there, heads it in. It's a well-worked goal. But other than that, they really did not come close to scoring. It's a snatch and grab goal at the end of the day from Arsenal there. It's an open play goal, which, let's be honest, few and far between for Arsenal this season. They're known as a set-piece machine. I don't know. I look at our fixtures between now and 2025, which I have said I will not say we're in a title race definitively until we've played Man City on the 4th of January. But between now and then, we've got Leeds on Wednesday. We've got Bournemouth away. Both of those are away. We're very good away from home. We're very, very good away from home. We've then got Everton at home, Newcastle away, Aston Villa at home, and then finish everything off with Bournemouth at home before playing Manchester City on the 4th of January. I genuinely think that we can keep up with, if we can keep up with Arsenal and their points tally by the time we face Manchester City on the 4th of January, of which we don't have a great record against Man City. If I'm not mistaken, we haven't beaten them since we beat them. We haven't beaten them since we beat them in the Champions League final. So it's been a long time. But if we can keep up with Arsenal's tally of points and then beat Man City for the first time since 2021 in the Champions League final, I tell you what, this could be our season. It genuinely could be our season. Now, in terms of performances in this game, first and foremost, I think Caicedo. It's not a good look for him, to say the least. In the whole Rice versus Caicedo situation. However, Declan Rice kept under wraps by Reece James. Reece James, absolutely fantastic in the middle of the play. Gusto at right back. Reece James in the middle. Caicedo and Enzo. That middle three, maybe that's the way to go from now on. Maybe we have sort of graduated from this Reece James at right back malarkey to a point where Reece James is a solidified centre midfielder. I'm just saying. It's the way that we've kept him fit all until this point. He's been without injury for over a year now. Touch woods, that stays the same. He could still play both, as Brendan has just said. He could easily stay. He could easily play as right back or as a centre mid. But you look at their squads, and yeah, Arsenal will say, "Oh well, this is a weakened side for Arsenal. We didn't have Saliba, we didn't have Trossard, we didn't have Gabriel." I don't think that's a big enough argument to suggest that Arsenal are going to run away with this, and that Chelsea, despite being down to 10 men, can't come up with something in this season to cause a bit of an issue for Arsenal, for Manchester City, the front runners in this season. With that said, we had a couple of chances. Esteval in the early stages of the first half had a great chance, fantastic chance to put it in the back of the net. It's an unfortunate result because I do think we could have done better. But the red cards, as it has done in the past, has caused issues. However, we've got a result. We've got a point against the favourites to win the league this season with 10 men. When, if you look back, I'm fairly sure we've lost against Man United. We did. You know, every single time we've gone down to 10 men, we've ballsed it. We've gone down, we've lost. Or we've fumbled the bag in some way, shape, or form and gone on to drop points or lose. But in this game, down to 10 men, we went 1-0 up. The formation, the group of players that we have, should we have started Delap from the start? I don't necessarily think so, because Delap didn't really pose any sort of threat whatsoever in this game. I think this is a win for Chelsea. This is a fantastic result for Chelsea. And whilst we didn't get a win against Arsenal for again, it's another time we haven't beaten them. I think we can realistically come away with this with our heads held high. Alex saying Maresca didn't panic when we went down. He kept the plan and hit them on the counter. And even though it didn't work out with Liam Delap, listen, we scored, and then he still went with an attacking substitution, which is progression. This is moving in the right direction for Enzo Maresca, who in the past, when we've gone down to 10 men, has absolutely flailed about like a wacky inflatable arm flailing tube man. But I'd argue he did a good job today. I think Maresca should be given a lot of plaudits today. I think he should be given a round of applause for the way that he conducted himself, the way that he handled this. Cole Palmer didn't feature today, but I don't think that's the end of the world. You'd argue now, moving on into the games against Leicester, and so on and so forth, into the end of the 2025 calendar window or calendar year, we're going to have a fully fit Cole Palmer to see us out of 2025. We don't play Arsenal now until match day 28, unless fixtures change, which typically they do. But it is further towards the end of the season now that we are going to play Arsenal. And if we can keep up with Arsenal, those 3 points, if we beat Arsenal at the Emirates, which is a tall order, I won't say anything, I won't suggest anything other than that. It's going to be a tricky one. And the likelihood that they'll have Gabriel and Saliba back by then, it's going to be pretty high. I'm confident. But Caicedo let the team down today. There's no two ways about it. I thought James was brilliant. I thought the defense was brilliant. Chalobah, put some respect on his fucking name, man. Please. Defended brilliantly today. Absolutely brilliantly. Got the goal. What more do you people want from Trevor Chalobah? A fantastic performance from him. Esteval, brilliant chances for him. unfortunate. Fofana, great. I like that pairing. Honestly, I'll tell you what. Colwill and Fofana as a back two is not a guarantee anymore. Because CHALOBAH and Fofana is a force to be reckoned with. If it really is. It really is. Obviously, with their goal, it was a bit, up in the air. But I think the longer it goes on, Liam Delap, it's a bit... We'll see how it goes. But I think even Enzo Maresca is a little bit like, I don't know if I can necessarily trust on you to make a difference. But at the same time, he looked at him and thought, you could make a difference. So he brought him on. Didn't work out necessarily, but honestly, I look at this as a huge result, a massive result, a fantastic result for Chelsea. I'm not typically happy with draws, but as draws go, this is as close to a win as you'll probably ever get. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's ends o'clock. It ends o'clock. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please like the video, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified of any future content on the channel. Close to 16,000 subscribers. Please do like, subscribe. We are 29 subscribers away from 16,000 subscribers. Enjoy the rest of your weekends. I'll be back live tomorrow, hopefully live tomorrow, if not Tuesday, for a live version of It's Pod O'Clock. Because I didn't have time to do it today. I'm not going to do it today. I'm going to maybe do a live one tomorrow. But we need to rectify it. So we'll have a chat about what's gone on. A live version of It's Pod O'Clock coming soon, either tomorrow or on Tuesday. It depends what's happening on with the Football Exchange podcast. But keep your eyes peeled. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Harry. Out the Chelsea.